I went to my vacation house and found my sisters renting the parking space for money. I arrived at my coastal retreat, expecting quiet, and instead found chaos spread across every inch of the driveway. The place I had designed as my refuge now suffocated by rows of expensive vehicles packed together like merchandise. The ocean breeze carried laughter that did not belong here, and the sight alone made my chest tighten because this hilltop home overlooking the Pacific had been earned through years of relentless work as a senior architect, long nights swallowed by deadlines and responsibility. And weekends were the only time I allowed myself to breathe. Yet now, a neon sign stood at the entrance, screaming Palisades Azure Mall, exclusive temporary parking, $50 per day reservation, required payment by app only. The words burned into my vision as if mocking the sacrifices behind every stone and beam of the house I built to survive my own life. Lauren, my eldest sister, lounged behind a folding table near the front door, casually swirling a mimosa as if she owned the view. Megan and Olivia sat beside her, glued to their phones, laughing at something on their screens. When I demanded an explanation, Lauren barely looked up and said with a shrug that I only came on weekends and the land should be used better when it sat empty. Her tone light and dismissive, as though she were discussing borrowed furniture instead of my home. My mind reeled as I tried to process the betrayal unfolding in front of me. This was not a misunderstanding or a harmless favor, but a calculated invasion of the one place that kept me sane. Anger surged through my fingertips as I stepped out of my car and walked closer. The smell of oil and rubber hung in the air and tire tracks scarred the stone path I had spent months perfecting with landscapers. I asked how they could allow strangers onto my property without permission. Megan snapped back that the mall was always overcrowded and they were helping people while contributing to society. Olivia chimed in saying the business had been booming for a month, and wealthy shoppers barely noticed the fee. Each word made my head spin because a month meant they had exploited my absence with intention. Every weekend I was gone buried in work, they had turned my sanctuary into a cash machine. I ordered them to shut it down immediately and remove every car, my voice cold and controlled as I warned them this was trespassing and an illegal business. Lauren stood slowly and accused me of being stingy and selfish. She said I earned enough and should share with family, and even offered me 10% of the profits as a management fee. Something inside me fractured at that moment, because the excuse of family had been used against me my entire life, but this crossed into outright theft and betrayal.